Drowning is a significant, complex, and multifaceted phenomenon which has at its heart the way in which humans interact with their aquatic environment. The author of that's in this room. And then I'm tempted to add this. Therefore, the solution is also complex and multifaceted. But drowning prevention is far more complex than most people realize. Something that I've been concerned about for a long time is what is really swimming. And thankfully in 1995, friends and colleagues of ours coined the phrase water competence, which is bigger than swimming skill only, and we'll come back to that. It involves a variety of aspects of drowning prevention. Drowning prevention, water safety are in many ways almost the same thing. Considering a certain distance as proof of being able to swim, which some of us think is totally invalid, the most commonly mentioned distances are somewhere between 25 and 200 meters. And frequently, no other criteria are included. And I've always said, it's not how far or how fast you can swim that counts, it's how you swim. Because if you can only swim 10 meters, but you're also relaxed and you're able to stop and rest, and you can get a breath anytime you wish, then you can rest, and then you swim 10 more, and then you rest again, and then you swim 10 more. And that person is safer than the one who could swim 25 meters, but is unable to stop and rest. I get confused with expressions like swim and survive. I get confused. What about can swim but cannot survive? Does that even exist? That's an open question for you. Can survive, cannot swim. Better probably, can swim and survive. And does being able to swim really mean that you're safe? And I think most of us would agree that there's more to it than that. It's not that simple. There are places where they argue about, is treading water more important than floating? Or is floating more important than treading water? Survival float, tread water, survival treading. Well, they're both important. It's not about choosing between A and B. They're both so important, they both have to be included. If we could find out a bit more about what actually takes place once a person finds themselves involuntarily in the water, we will discover that there's a weak link somewhere, and that weak link has triggered that episode. Those weak links identify the things that somebody has failed to learn, or to learn well enough. And it tells us what should be taught and what should be emphasized. Media reports said things like this. Oh, that guy was a good swimmer. We don't know why he drowned. Of course, good swimmers can drown. In the tsunami, Michael Phelps would have drowned if he'd been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And probably all of us would have as well. But I think that in many cases, people don't know what swimming is, or what a swimmer is, or what a swimmer can do, and therefore, if you see somebody splashing 5 meters, you think they can swim. Well, in many cases, where swimmers drown, it's because they really weren't swimmers. Fred Lanoux said in 1963, people don't drown because they can't swim. They drown because they can't breathe. But being able to get a breath at will, when needed, is a key factor. I would say the key factor. I don't believe that swimming is about distance at all, or speed. or which stroke, or any given stroke. And it's not about moving on the surface from A to B. It's bigger than that. What saves a life is being able to move economically enough so that you save energy. The more energy you can save, the less energy you use to transport your body from A to B, if that turns out to be the right solution, and remember, often it's not the best solution. The more energy you can save, the longer you should be able to continue. I don't think there's any question in our minds that increasing the survival time, potential survival time, is critical.